Hey guys, welcome to Wrench to Drive. Today we're going to have a quick look at these Budget 2.2 wheels. These are aluminum, they're super lightweight. I think they look really sharp. These were a whopping 35 bucks Canadian, shipped to my door, got here in about 2 weeks from AliExpress. I'll post a link down in the whatchamacallit section. They are actually on sale right now for $30, and I don't think you can go wrong for that money. Now there is one very small problem, literally a small problem, but it is a problem. Okay, right down there, I don't know if you can see above that screw, there's a little bit of grinding. This screw is a little too tight, as was this screw. It just rubs up against the wheel ever so slightly. Now these screws are a hair on the large side, as I'll show you in a second. I'm not quite sure why. Now 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, went in no problem. And it's not the rim shifted side to side or anything goofy like that. I farted around with this a bit. 2 of them are tight, 3 of them are not. I didn't measure them all. It's gotten to be quite a pain in my backside, so I just kind of called it a win. There's something not quite right. Whatever happens, you're going to have to do a little bit of something about it, and I'll show you in a sec here, but that's the small problem. And the bottom line is that this screw here, which I happen to have in a box of screws, which is the same length, different head, this fits just fine because it's a hair smaller. Now, if you have some screws, obviously, like me, that's going to solve your problem. If you don't, you're going to have to do a little bit of massaging with some sandpaper or something. So that is 4.4 millimeters, 4.45 millimeters across. This bad boy is 4.8, 0.3 of a millimeter. That's all it takes, right? This is the other type of screw that comes with these wheels, and no, I don't have them backwards. They are not interchangeable, and that's 4.2. So 4.2, 4.5, 4.8, right? Obviously, there are differences. So these screws are longer, and they are 10 millimeter. These screws are shorter. They are, says 7. I don't think there is such a thing as a 7, and they don't seem to be 8s. I think, I don't know, they're 6s or 8s. You be the judge. So the longer screws go on the outside to hold the hub in, and you do indeed need a long screw because there's quite a bit of beef. There's quite a bit of beef in between. So if you use the short screw, or you try to use the short screw, not enough meat there. You want more than that holding it. Alright, so that's the breakdown. So the screws are a little bit of a problem. Now the look is fantastic. These are very light wheels for 2.2 wheels. These are, I would say, lighter than most 1.9s. I haven't weighed them. When I was looking, I'm trying to remember. It eludes me now. The weight is listed on the ad. They are not super heavy. These tires are a lot bigger than another set that I'm running on some 1.9s, and these tires and wheels are very, very close to the same weight as the tires and wheels on the 1.9s. And the tires are smaller, and the 1.9 wheels are technically smaller. So these are quite light. The offset is, I measured it, it's 15 millimeters. So I'll show you what I can. It's hard to see, so please don't judge me too harshly. So there you go, 15 millimeters. And that is actually pretty sweet. These do work on Redcat XR247 axles, which not all 2.2s do. Now it is very, very tight. The bottom of the caster block, or the steering hub, whatever you want to call it, comes really, really close to the wheel. So if your bearings start to wear or something and it gets a little wobbly or whatever, you're going to get some grindage. So I think I'm probably going to use them on my bouncer buggy that I made with XR247 axles. We shall see. That's a potentially huge benefit because other 2.2s that I have absolutely do not work. They are too tight. The opening is just a hair too small. And actually, let's measure that just for the sake of thoroughness. So that looks like 51.6 millimeters. 51 and a half. That's pretty close to, yeah, not quite 52. So that's pretty good. That's a fair bit of room there. Overall quality, super nice. Like, these look super sharp in my opinion. I really like the look of these wheels. They come in red, black, and this. One other note, you need to get the left and right spin, as you can see here. Notice there's two different directions on the spokes. My understanding is that, you know, if you're putting these on opposite sides of the car, you need opposite direction of spin, right? Common sense. These come in left, right, and two of each. I don't for the life of me understand why anybody would buy left or right, because then you got, you know, a problem. On one side they're going one way, on the other side they're going the other way. Unless you're putting them on a 6x6, which I guess maybe that's what they figure everybody's doing right now. Anyways, pay attention. You're going to want to order a set that is whatever you are precisely after. In my world, that's two of each. And they do offer those. So if you see an ad where they make no specification, they just say these wheels, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would roll the dice personally, because what are the chances that they're paying attention? I don't know. I don't know, guys. You would hope that somewhere in every ad you ever see these in, it says two left, two right, or what, you know, whatever the hell they're actually shipping. But, you know, translation is a bugger sometimes. So, what else? Oh yeah, so they have the inner hex that bolts on. This style, I actually like this style a lot. There's only 5 screws for the hex and 5 screws for the lock ring. Really nice, easy to put together, super easy to put together actually. I almost forgot to mention that. These are absolutely painless. You can squeeze them together by hand and put the screws in, and it's that's not a problem. The only problem is the fit of the screws. So there you go. I really like them. You can't go wrong for the price. I think if I had paid, you know, $55, which is the cheapest you can get a set of 2.2 wheels on Amazon in Canada right now, if I'd paid $55 and the screws didn't fit, I'd be a little more annoyed. I don't know, take that for what you will. Overall, pretty sweet. These are, I believe, 120 millimeter tires. Let's double check. Oh, they're more like 125. So these are relatively low profile. You can get 137, 140 millimeter tires for 2.2s. These work really nice. They don't roll over too much. They're actually kind of a decent performance tire, I would say, if you want to go fast. And that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Wrench to Drive, where we ask the eternal question: do you drive to wrench, or do you wrench to drive?